Well, it's almost time for Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, hanging out in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio here in downtown Quincy as we're getting prepped for Week 9 episode of Muddy Night Lights. That's right, we are in the final week of the regular season, and we got a ton to talk about. We've got games that impacted playoff positioning. We had teams fighting to get into the playoffs. We had teams just wanting to end their season the right way. So plenty to talk about. We had one overtime game tonight. We had a surprising, what to me is a surprising final of a game that was on the road tonight for one of our area teams. And we got some teams building momentum for the postseason. So we got plenty to talk about. We got coaches lined up to join us throughout the 2-hour show. Teams that are going to be in the playoffs, teams that are going to be talking about what happens tomorrow night when the playoff pairings come out. And we're going to break some of that down as we go along. So make sure you stick around. Join us at 10 o'clock when we go live for Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. We'll be here for 2 hours. And again, remember, you can always check us out on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever. We archive every show, so you can go back and watch segments that you missed or segments you want to see. If you're traveling tonight and you don't get a chance to watch, you can go back and watch whenever it's convenient for you. So again, make sure you check out Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. We'll be back here in less than 15 minutes, going live, talking Week 9 of the prep football season and the upcoming playoffs. So stick around. Welcome to week 9 of the prep football season, and welcome to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you live from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio as we get set to break down everything that has taken place in week 9, including the game last night that impacted the playoffs, several games tonight that impacted the playoffs, and everybody's looking forward to Saturday night when the Illinois playoff pairings get released. So we've got a lot to cover as we move forward over the next 2 hours. We appreciate you joining us. And remember, we archive all of our shows. So if you can't catch us live, you can come back and watch us on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Whenever you get the inkling, it will be there. You can go to muddyriversports.com. You can go to muddyriver.tv. Excuse me. I've been battling things the last couple weeks. So please forgive me if I cough here or there. I'm going to try my best not to. But we're fighting off some things as we move into the playoffs. But that's okay, because we're sticking with it just like everybody out there. We're ready for the playoffs. Got the playoff beard going. You're going to see a lot of that from guys over the next month and a half. Should be a lot of fun. We're excited for the playoffs. We will have a complete breakdown of the Illinois High School Association playoffs, which will be released after 8 o'clock on Saturday night. They do a live show, and then they will put out all the brackets for all 8 classes. We will have multiple teams involved from our coverage area, and we'll get to that here as we move forward tonight. But we want to get you kick-started on week 9, the final night of the regular season, with our scoreboard presented by Schottenkirk Toyota. Starting off, Quincy High School caps a 9-0 perfect regular season for the second year in a row. The Blue Devils have won 20 consecutive regular season games after going to Jefferson City and beating Capital City 42-31. It was a tough one tonight for the Blue Devils. Capital City, they traded blows for probably the first 3 quarters of that till the Blue Devils gained a little bit of separation. Jarius Rice Jr., what a night. 5 touchdowns. I believe I've seen a couple different numbers. I haven't gotten the final stats yet exactly, but I think he had over 130 yards rushing, over 130 yards receiving. He also had a 98-yard kickoff return. Might be a candidate for Starry Star of the Night. We'll wait till hour number 2 to decide that, but I think he's a pretty good candidate. Quincy Notre Dame won its 8th straight regular season game, beating Decatur MacArthur 28-7. The Raiders ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A, win every Central State 8 conference game they played this season, including the 5 that decided the Central State 8 Conference West Division title and their 2 crossover games. Hunter Shuckman with 2 touchdown passes. Wyatt Mueller gets an interception and then a 92-yard touchdown run right after that. So pretty impressive night for the Raiders. They go into the 2A postseason rolling. 8 straight wins, only loss is to that undefeated Quincy High School team that took place in week 1. The Raiders are going to be a handful in Class 2A. Across the river, in the final week of the regular season heading into district play, Hannibal picks up a 20-17 victory over Fort Zumwalt West. Waylon Anders, quarterback for the Pirates, 3 rushing touchdowns to boost them to the victory. Camp Point Central, the defending Class 1A state champions, head into the postseason with an 8-1 record, following a 40-8 victory over Winchester West Central. Brown County punches its ticket for the playoffs. They were sitting at 4-4, the Hornets were, heading into tonight. But a 34-14 over Pleasant Hill gets them into the Class 1A playoffs. Well, again, we'll see tomorrow night where that lands them. But they are secure. They should be in the playoffs. No questions asked. Unity Payson puts a cap on its season with a 44-22 victory over North Green. Macomb, 42-0 over Havana. The Bombers are sitting at 7-2 and could get a home game out of this. They could be a home game. I've seen projections where they will be like a number 8 seed in the Class 4A bracket, which would get them a first-round home game. Bureau Valley knocks off West Hancock 47-34. Pittsfield needs overtime to beat Petersburg Porta 34-26. Illini West. This was a Thursday night game. Illini West beats Tuscola 12-7. The Chargers, with 6 straight victories to end the regular season, they will head into the Class 2A playoffs, riding a lot of momentum and playing very well defensively. I believe Nick Johnson forced a fumble, which led to him then scoring the second touchdown for the Chargers. We will talk to Chargers coach Jacob Calvin later this hour so we can get a little bit more detail on what took place Thursday night. That was a neutral site game played at Springfield at Sacred Heart Griffin High School. So Chargers, again, 6 straight wins heading into the postseason. On the Missouri side tonight, South Shelby, 44-0 over Palmyra. They will be the Cardinals will be the number 1 seed in their Class 2 district. Monroe City, 44-9 over Macon. Clark County, 40-16 over Highland. And Bowling Green, 64-12 over Mark Twain. Again, playoffs are done differently on each side of the river. The Illinois schools, they will have a bracket, a 32-team bracket for every class. And in some cases, like Class 7A, in which Quincy High School is in, they will seed them 1 through 32. And that's the way you go. In some of the smaller classifications, based on geography, they will go with a north bracket and a south bracket. So you'll have 16 teams in each bracket. And you play it bracket style. You play it out till you get to Thanksgiving weekend, and 2 teams end up in normal at Illinois State University's Hancock Stadium playing for the state title, just like Camp Point Central did last year. On the Missouri side, teams are automatically funneled into a district. They earn their seedings. I can't even begin to tell you how it works, because I was listening to my friend Tyler Madsen, who had the call of the Quincy High School Capital City game tonight on Midmo Sports Online. And he was trying to break down Capital City's district, and it made no sense how the points were determined to determine who's going to be what seed in those districts. Anyway, there's usually 7 or 8 teams in a district. You play it out, then you advance to the state quarterfinals if you win your district. It's not all that different when it comes down, when you look at it as a bracket format, it's really not all that different. It's just that you're automatically put into a district with 6 or 7 other teams, instead of, like, Quincy High School could draw one of the Chicagoland schools for the first round of the Class 7A playoffs. You got a Brown County team that will be in the South. Do they end up drawing a Hardin Calhoun by chance, which will go into the postseason 8-1? Camp Point Central, same way. Camp Point Central will be 8-1. More than likely, we'll draw a 5-4 team. Probably not a 6-3 team, but more than likely a 5-4 team. But again, some differences in the way that the 2 states do things. But regardless, it's playoff time. After tonight, everybody's in the play. Everybody starts playoff play. In Illinois, not everybody gets into the playoffs. In Missouri, you do. Everybody gets at least one district game. In Illinois, you got to be one of the 256 schools that qualifies. You had to get at least 5 victories to qualify, 6 to be guaranteed a playoff spot. And we've seen in the past, i.e. Quincy Notre Dame last year, which got in with a 4-5 record because it had piled up so many playoff points. Playoff points are the number of opponents' wins throughout the season. So if you play a really loaded schedule, but you only end up with 4 or 5 victories, you're probably going to get in the playoffs, but 2, get a better seed because of all those playoff points. And that will determine where teams fall on the bracket and those sorts of things. So we're going to delve into that just a little more in our next segment, and talk about what's coming up tomorrow night and kind of prep you for what's going on. And then we'll get to the United Systems hotline to talk to several area coaches about their Week 9 victories, about what's got them prepped for the postseason, and what to look forward to. So when we come back, more playoff talk, because it's Week 9 and we're heading into the postseason next week. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights.
Hey you. Yeah, you watching this video. Did you know this weekend at your local Farmhouse Supply, there's a bucket sale that literally sells itself? Yes, I'm telling you to come by me for only $3.99. You can get 15% off anything I can carry. Whether that's clothes and shoes, tools and pet food, or snacks and drinks, maybe something for hunting season. I mean, look at me. I'm so versatile, so spacious. This bucket sale's only this weekend. Stop by before this sale kicks the bucket.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
The Smart Start Transfer Career Academy lets you get your associate's degree early, starting in high school.
I graduated my associate's degree on Friday, 2 days before I graduated high school on Sunday.
It allowed me to get way ahead.
Having my prerequisites done is going to help me a lot, as I will get to start a year earlier than I would have without it.
It's really easy to make good connections with people that actually care about you. They helped me plan things out in a way that I definitely wouldn't have been able to do on my own. It made it really easy for me.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. It's week 9 of the prep football season, and it's in the books. Every game in our area has been played. Every score has been punched into the computer, and now it's time to get ready for the playoffs. We kick off round 1 of the playoffs next Friday and Saturday. Depending on what schedules go, we'll see. We'll know a little more tomorrow night. Saturday night is the annual IHSA playoff show where they reveal all the pairings for all 8 classes. That will be streamed live beginning at 8 o'clock. And then after that, then the teams will converse. Coaches and athletic directors will get together and figure out when they will play. I expect 3 area teams for sure to have home games. Quincy High School at 9-0 in Class 7A. Quincy Notre Dame at 8-1 in Class 2A. And Camp Point Central at 8-1 in Class 1A. Should all have a first-round home game. Macomb at 7-2 in Class 4A could also have a home game. Illini West sitting at 6-3 in Class 2A, and Brown County at 5-4 in Class 1A more than likely will be on the road. Now, I've seen plenty of playoff predictions as this week has gone on. Steve Susi from Shaw Media up in the Chicagoland area, Chicagoland suburbs, does a phenomenal job of tracking this. And he's pretty spot on when he makes his playoff predictions. Now, he reads the tea leaves, and he goes through and calculates all the playoff points and tries to piece everything together. And right now, he has Quincy High School as the #1 seed in Class 7A. And that would be opening with a first-round game against Kenwood. Now, the interesting part of the way his bracket is shaped, and again, in Class 7A, they go 1 through 32. Well, Moline would be a potential second-round opponent for Quincy High School. Then you look at who would be next. Your 8 and 9 seeds in that bracket would be Lincoln Park and Maine West. And then the other part of that bracket would include Chicago Whitney Young and Normal Community would be the top teams in the lower part of the upper half of the bracket. With that in mind, you hear that I didn't say one team's name, and that would be Chicago Mount Carmel. Chicago Mount Carmel, if it's in the other side of the bracket, I think everybody from Quincy would breathe a little easier, knowing that they wouldn't run into them until that would be a state title game matchup. Now, you got to get there. You got to play better. The 42-31 victory over Capital City tonight exposed some things defensively. We're going to try to get Rick Little, Quincy High School coach, on the United Systems hotline here in the hour number 2 of Muddy Night Lights to break that down a little bit. Offensively, the Blue Devils are as good as ever. Defensively, they had some struggles tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how they rebound from that. If you look at some of the other brackets, they've got Steve Susie has Camp Point Central listed as a number 2 seed in Class 1A in the Southern bracket. I believe that's correct. Let me double check. Let me slide down here. Yes, they're listed as the number 2 seed. He's projecting them to play Moweaqua Central A&M in the first round. And then they would not face either Hardin Calhoun or Belleville Altoff, it looks like, until the state semifinals. And those would be the 2 big dogs on the other side of that bracket. Belleville Altoff, the number 1 ranked team in Class 1A right now. In Class 2A, let's see here. He's got Quincy Notre Dame as a number 3 seed, taking on Decatur St. Teresa in the first round. That also puts them in the same bracket as Johnston City and Maroa Forsyth. Maroa Forsyth was the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A all season until losing last week. And that's when Notre Dame took over as the number 1 ranked team. Now remember, the rankings have absolutely nothing to do with the playoff pairings or the seedings. I want to make sure people understand that. The rankings are done throughout the season by a panel of sports writers and sportscasters through the Associated Press, of which I vote every week. So they have no bearing whatsoever. The playoff pairings are done straight by record and playoff points. So if you're a 9-0 team, you're at the top of the bracket. That's the way it is. And the 8-1s come after the 9-0s, the 7-2s, the 6-3s. It goes right down the line. And then say you have 4 9-0s in the Class 2A bracket. Well, those 4 teams then are ranked by playoff points. So the team that has played, whose opponents have the most wins, will be your number 1 seed. And that's how that's how it goes down the line. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It just means nothing's going to rock the boat. There's no subjectivity to it. It's all objective. It's done by the numbers. So if you see Quincy Notre Dame as the number 1 ranked team in the state poll, but a 3 seed in the playoff bracket, understand that's why. Raiders are 8-1. They cannot be seeded ahead of any 9-0 teams. Straightforward. So again, we'll get into more of that with some of the coaches we talked to. And again, we'll have a complete coverage of the playoff pairings when they come out tomorrow night. We will talk to coaches. We'll get you breakdowns. And then we'll prep all next week to provide you the best information we possibly can on all of those playoff matchups and the implications that come with how the brackets play out. Because like I said, if the reigning state champion in 7A in Chicago Mount Carmel is on the opposite side of the bracket as Quincy, I think everybody's going to go, okay, I like the draw. But if you end up on the same side as the defending state champion, yeah, you may scratch your head a little bit and wonder what's going to happen. So, but again, we can't determine that until we see the brackets tomorrow night. Then we can talk about all those things. So we will get to that again. 8 o'clock Saturday night, playoff brackets will be revealed. We will have all your brackets posted at muddyriversports.com, along with reaction from the coaches from our 6 playoff teams. Right now, though, we're going to take a break. When we come back, on the flip side, we're going to talk to a team that punched its playoff ticket, or to the coach of a team that punched its playoff ticket tonight. Brown County coach Tom Little will be joining us next. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home.
I love to shop online, and one thing I'm not going to screw up is a piece of jewelry that I'm going to wear for the rest of my life.
And it's as simple as just being able to see it. Like, just being able to actually physically hold it and see it, that's different than like, oh, look, I'm on the internet. Like, let me just, that looks nice, I think.
Trying on rings and seeing different sizes and the different colors, and I just want to be able to touch and feel it and have the experience. Having the experience is going to be more important to me than just adding something to a cart and clicking buy now.
There are 3 things that she's going to get asked. How did he propose? How big's the diamond? And where did he get it?
I'm proud to tell my friends that, this is where I got my ring.
I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of a no-brainer.
From your trash to your recycling, you're doing your part. You can trust us to do ours. We're a team of people working hard for you, turning problems into solutions and waste into possibilities. We're Republic Services. We haul it, we recycle it, we convert it, we even electrify it. We work where you work. We live where you live. We are Republic Services.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
All right, I want you to stop and think for a second of something you might need for the fall. Well, whether it's warmer clothing, maybe something for the yard, or something to snack on, it's probably on sale during the Fall Dollar Day sale at your local Farm and Home Supply. In fact, it might even be under $10. Here's some of the best-selling items at $5. What about $6? Then $8. And all these for only $10. See hundreds of other Fall Dollar Day sale at your local store right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. Tickets for the playoffs have been punched, and we're awaiting Saturday night's release of the pairings. And our next guest on the United Systems Hotline and his team will be anxiously awaiting to see where they wind up in the Class 1A bracket. Tom Little, Brown County head football coach, joins us now. Coach, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
I'm sure you're doing well now that you've maneuvered your way into the playoffs, right?
Yes, it was a tough road, starting off 0-2 and just kind of regrouping and the competition level we see each and every week, it was tough, but the guys were able to get that final win to get us in, and we're excited to be able to extend our time with them and keep coaching them and see what this group can do.
What was their reaction like when the game ended tonight?
I think just the quiet confidence that they felt like they were going to get it. When we started pulling some guys, in the late third quarter, early fourth, and you kind of seemed like, what are we doing? I'm like, guys, hey, we got to save you for next week. I think when you saw that in their eyes, like, the coaches know that we've got it now. That was a cool moment.
I bet. Well, and the fact of the matter is you hung tough with the tough opponents early in the season, and were a couple near misses away from having a better record and not having it come down to week 9. But I bet your guys learned from that, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. We started off scrimmage in Rushville. That's a playoff team, and then we're in a one touchdown game against Greenfield, who's a playoff team. We lose by 2 to West Central, who's a playoff team, and the competition levels we saw at the beginning of the season were really, really good. And to hit Camp Point in that group. We had Hardin Calhoun last week. We've seen some really good teams, and we were in every game. Felt like we had our moments. I feel like, man, this is a really good 5-4 football team. I'm glad they were able to get in the playoffs. I'd hate to see a group like this not make it. Because they are so talented. And hopefully we can do something next week.
We're talking with Brown County coach Tom Little on the United Systems Hotline. What have you liked most about the way your team has played?
I think that each week we see growth. We see guys getting better, understanding more, playing better as a group. And, I see that's going to, continue. And I think our kids really believe in it that, hey, each week we have an opportunity to get better as a football team, better as football players. And, we're excited about, having another week to work with them. And, hopefully that week extends to more.
The Saturday night's always a big night of waiting for the parents to come out and seeing who winds up where. Will you guys get together as a team to do that?
Yep. So what we do is, we take advantage of using that big video board on our football field, and we tell the guys, we're going to come out and we'll get some pizzas and we'll go out there, and that way they can run around and throw the football around, and we usually throw a baseball or college football game on, and let them watch a little bit of that, just spend some time together. And luckily we're usually one of the first ones to find out who we're playing. So the 1A is usually done. So I told them about 8:15, 8:20 guys, go enjoy each other's company somewhere else, because the coaches are going to go to work and, start figuring out, what films we need and what we need to do and try to get some of that stuff done. So, it's probably one of the best times of the year, just that excitement of not knowing and, just seeing the kids' excitement about knowing that, either we're seeing somebody we've already seen or we're going someplace we've never been. And, it's a great opportunity to spend some good quality time with some kids.
Oh, I know in the commercial break when we were getting set to have you join us, you were getting ready to watch the Quincy High School highlights on the news to find out what your brother's team did. Obviously, they're in the playoffs. That's a cool feeling to know you're both in the playoffs, that both of your sons are in the playoffs. It's got to be cool for the whole entire family to know all that's going on.
Oh, yeah. We're happy for Rick and the success he has, and Braden and what he's doing. We root for him. And, we were kind of getting some updates during the game. You can't get a ton, but, we were able to find out. And luckily, when you called, like I said, I was watching the highlights trying to see had he won or had he not won yet. Yeah. And, we're happy for him. And, that's a lot of success to those guys. And they deserve it. Rick does a great job with that group. We're so proud of Braden. He's such a good kid. And, such a talented kid. So, be able to see him doing well, makes me happy as an uncle.
Well, you probably don't want anybody calling you on the sideline, but if you need a text message or sometime during a game, just let me know. I can help you out.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, we were laughing last week. Coach Andrew actually called during or a couple weeks ago, called during the game, and we took it, and he didn't believe that we were still playing. And I said, well, we're going to have to FaceTime you. So, we have had weird telephone calls during the middle of the game. Coach Andrew thought that was the craziest story. And I said, but I thought maybe you saw something on film that we were seeing, with all the YouTube and stuff like that. I said, if a Hall of Famer calls, you're going to answer that telephone call. So
there you go. That's absolutely right. Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to chat with us, and look forward to covering your guys next week in the playoffs.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. We're excited to be able to keep going.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you tomorrow night.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, Matt.
See you, buddy. That was Brown County Coach Tom Little joining us on the United Systems Hotline, breaking down the Hornets' victory tonight over Pleasant Hill. It punched their ticket to the playoffs, a 34-14 victory. They are now in at 5-4. We'll find out tomorrow night where they're seated in the bracket. But again, good. We have 6 teams in our area in the playoffs. And they were the last one to get in, but they earned it. With the schedule they faced, they earned it. So when we come back, we're going to talk to another coach whose team is in the playoffs. And I'm going to find out what he did on Friday night, because he didn't have a game. So did he hang out at home? Did he go scout? Did he just enjoy the night? We'll find out. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Muddy Night Lights is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
The Smart Start Transfer Career Academy lets you get your associate's degree early, starting in high school.
I graduated my associate's degree on Friday, 2 days before I graduated high school on Sunday.
It allowed me to get way, way ahead.
Having my prerequisites done is going to help me a lot, as I will get to start a year earlier than I would have without it.
It's really easy to make good connections with people that actually care about you. They helped me plan things out in a way that I definitely wouldn't have been able to do on my own. It made it really easy for me.
I love to shop online, and one thing I'm not going to screw up is a piece of jewelry that I'm going to wear for the rest of my life.
And it's as simple as just being able to see it. Like, just being able to actually physically hold it and see it, that's different than like, oh, look, I'm on the internet. Like, that looks nice, I think.
Trying on rings and seeing different sizes and the different colors, and I just want to be able to touch and feel it and have the experience. Having the experience is going to be more important to me than just adding something to a cart and clicking buy now.
There are 3 things that she's going to get asked. How did he propose? How big's the diamond? And where did he get it?
I'm proud to tell my friends that, this is where I got my ring.
I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of a no-brainer.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you live from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. Week 9 of the prep football season is in the books. All the scores have been posted. Now we're waiting on the tabulations. I guess it's not totally in the books. There are some Saturday games, not in our area, but there are some Saturday games. So we won't know all the playoff pairings until Saturday night when the IHSA releases them, and it's scheduled show at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So you can find out who's all in, where the brackets fall, and who they're matched up with. And one guy I know will be paying attention to that is Illini West coach Jacob Calvin, after his team rattled off 6 consecutive victories to make sure it is guaranteed a playoff spot. And we're going to go to the United Systems hotline right now to talk to Coach Calvin. Coach, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. 6 wins in a row. It's got to feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, getting to that 6th win was huge because then we could just sit back on Friday night and not have to worry about playoff points. And, we can kind of breathe a little easier tonight and be ready to go for tomorrow and see where we're going to be going this week.
A 12-7 victory over Tuscola on Thursday night. You played a neutral site game at Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, and it sounded like it was kind of one of those grinded-out games on both sides of the ball.
Oh, definitely. Tuscola is a traditionally good team, and they were good this year. And, their defense was tough. And, going in a neutral site, we both drove. I think we're both about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from each other, or going to get there. And, definitely a unique feel with it being a neutral site, and just felt like a big game, and our guys just pulled it out, and it was exciting the whole time.
A couple big plays by Nick Johnson. I know he scored both of your touchdowns, but didn't he also have a big defensive play before the second touchdown?
Yeah, he made it in the backfield, and their quarterback dropped the ball. He picked it up, ran it, I think, about 45, 46 yards, and got caught about at the 5-yard line, and then he finished it off with a touchdown. He's been making plays for us all season, and just another key play for us to turn that tide and help us secure the win.
We're talking with Jacob Calvin, the Illini West football coach here on the United Systems Hotline. Okay, Thursday night game allows you not to have to worry about a Friday. So what do you do with your Friday night without a game to go to?
Yeah, we went and we watched. We wanted to go to a local game, and it seemed like everybody around our area was on the road. So we went and we watched Rushville play South Fulton, and that was unique just because that's where our win streak started, was against them, and kind of came full circle. And just going back there, just thinking about the last time we were there, and it just feels like such a long time ago that we were 0-3, and that sparked our win streak there. So
and probably good to continue to have the guy be together on a Friday night and do things that kind of keep the football feel going, right?
Yeah, we gave the guys the day off. Just some coaches went up there, but it's just it was a good feeling just to know that we're already in and that we don't have to worry about points, like I said earlier, and to go and just enjoy high school football and watch another good team in Rushville and just enjoy Friday nights.
What's been the key the last 6 weeks to get you to get this win streak going?
I think the biggest thing has just been the confidence in the guys, just getting more confident in what they can do, and when there's an opportunity to make a big play, they're more confident in making that play. I think the biggest difference from last year to this year was that when we had an opportunity to make a play, we didn't make it. And this year we are making it. And that's been, a big piece to some of these games, is that we're making plays at key moments in the game. And as we do that, the guys are just getting more and more confident in their spots. And, it's great to see them get better and just to play together and, to ride this wave.
Well, and starting the season 0-3, they didn't seem to lose confidence. They seemed to stick with the plan. True?
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
I said true. Is that true? Did they have that confidence even after 0-3?
I think so. I think they knew the teams that we were playing were good teams, and there was time we were playing with them, and the scores might not show it as much as what it felt like at the games. The first game against Farmington is 12-0 at halftime, and there's a few plays away that it could have been a totally different ball game. And against Elmwood, it's another close game at half. I think it was either 12-14 or something close like that. And we had some injuries, and it looked like we were the walking wounded coming out after that one. And then Macomb came to us, and again another close game there at half, and they pulled away late, and our guys just kept battling, and we knew at some point something's gonna click, and it did, and that's where we're at now.
Tomorrow night, 8:00 is when the playoff parents show starts. Will you get your guys together to watch it as a team, or let them still have a little time? Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get together, and we've had some guys. They want to bring their PlayStations, play some more college football, and get some rematches from earlier in the summer. So, just spend time together and watch the playoffs, see where we're gonna go.
Well, awesome. Well, we look forward to covering you guys next week in the playoffs, and we'll see how long this win streak can last, right?
Yeah. Hey, hopefully it keeps going. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks, Coach. That was the Illini West coach Jacob Calvin joining us on the United Systems Hotline. The Chargers are in the playoffs, 6-3 record, have won 6 games in a row, beating Tuscola 12-7 on Thursday night to guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs. They'll be in the Class 2A bracket, and they'll find out where they go and who they are up against when the playoff pairings get released Saturday night. So make sure you check it out. We'll have complete coverage at MuddyRiverSports.com. Right now, though, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to jump to the other side of the Mississippi River and talk to one of the coaches of the Clarence Cannon Conference Co-Champs. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farming Home.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Your policy's updated.
Because we know your house is where their dreams begin.
Impressive.
Thanks, Caleb. And our agents are here to help you feel protected so your family can pursue their dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon. Hey, grab me one too.
Monday Night Lights is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
For 125 years, Hollister Whitney has designed and manufactured solutions for the vertical transportation industry right here in Quincy, Illinois. Now you have the chance to be a vital part of this quality-driven, family-oriented team. We have salaried and hourly positions available, both with excellent benefits and very competitive wages. Cutting-edge technology, a dynamic, engaging, and flexible work environment, the opportunity to achieve your full potential. Elevate your career to the next level at Hollister Whitney.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman. I know we're talking football. I know we're talking prep football. But the ending of the World Series of Game 1, wow. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you go to, after you watch us, of course, make sure you go check it out on national media because I'm going to do that when I get home tonight and catch up on all the highlights. But we got plenty of football to talk about, but World Series is very cool. Love October baseball. Also love October football, especially when you get to, let the playoff beard grow. And I got a feeling there's going to be some playoff beards growing over in Shelby County, where our next guest joins us from. South Shelby coach Adam Gunnerman joining us on the United Systems hotline. Coach, how are you?
Oh, doing great. It was beautiful weather for football. And as a coaching staff, we were just sitting in the living room watching the end of the World Series game and watch that walk-off. It was crazy.
So I'll be honest with you. I had the World Series game on my laptop, but of course it was just in one of the tabs. And so I'm paying attention to all my high school football stuff. When we went to our last commercial break, I flip over and I see Freddie Freeman getting doused with a Gatorade bath or a water bath, and I went, oh, okay, something big just happened.
Yeah, I just me. I was able to coach some baseball and just walking a righty to get to a former MVP.
Yeah.
and a righty on lefty matchup, and he goes yard on the first pitch. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome for the Cardinals is to make a little history tonight. 44-0 victory over Palmyra means you are the co-champs of the Clarence Cannon Conference and the first back-to-back CCC champions since 1971 for the Cardinals, correct?
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's definitely been a goal that we had at the beginning of this year was to make a little history, and it wasn't perfect. We lost that game there week 7, but we're able to bounce back the last 2 weeks and do what we need to do to get that. And what a great thing for our community, for our school district, for our kids. To be the smallest school in the CCC and win it back-to-back years is pretty special.
That is very special. And probably more special for you and your coaching staff is just to see the way your guys have reacted to the Week 7 setback against Centralia. They've come back and bounced back.
Absolutely. Sometimes a late loss can either do two things. It can either drown you, or you can learn from it and pick yourself up and get a little edge, get a little meaner, and play a little better. And I think our kids definitely did that tonight.
What'd you guys do well tonight?
It started with defense. I don't have exact stats yet, but I don't think we gave up 100 yards of offense tonight.
Wow.
First play out of the bat, Aiden Magruder, like he's done all year, tackle for loss. I mean, that's just who he's been for us all season long. Cooper Elson had an amazing night on defense as well. And just that unit, just as a whole, is a group that's played together for a long time. They've played this defense now for 3 years. They understand what each other need to do. They make checks. They call out tendencies. That starts with Gabe Bowen, our middle linebacker, being able to do that. And they were really great tonight.
And it seems like these guys trust each other so wholeheartedly that even if somebody does make a mistake or somebody's out of alignment, it's okay. They're going to back each other up.
Absolutely. We do a senior talk every Thursday where the senior comes up and they answer just a series of questions. And one of the questions is what do you like the most about South Shelby football, or what does South Shelby football mean to you? And almost all of them have the same answer, which is brotherhood. And that just speaks on those kids and, what they've been through their whole life and playing together with every sport since they were little. And, they truly do have that bond.
You finished the regular season with an 8-1 record. How do you approach a district play?
0-0. It's a brand new season. 8-1 is great. 8-1 is great. CCC title is fantastic, but it's 0-0. And last year we were able to win the conference, but we didn't quite get that district. We were close, but didn't get it. That's kind of a chip that these kids have had on their shoulder all year long, and they're wanting that district title.
Do you get the feeling that I got the feeling when I was over there earlier in the season that hunger was there? Has that hunger been there all year?
Yeah. We might have had a little lull there at times in moments, but it's been there all along. And these kids want to do something special. And I think, hopefully we play our cards right and have the opportunity to.
Well, you said October weather and October football is a lot of fun, but November football is even more fun, isn't it?
100%. The work you put in June and July and August is to win in November. And just to get the opportunity to do that, and then hopefully we're able to get a couple wins late in the year.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you guys do, and we thank you, as always, for jumping on the United Systems hotline to chat with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for the coverage.
All right. Take care, bud.
Uh-huh.
That was South Shelby coach Adam Gunnerman joining us on the United Systems hotline. 44-0 victory over Palmyra tonight for the Cardinals. They share the Clarence Cannon Conference Championship with Centralia and Monroe City. Back-to-back CCC titles for the Cardinals for the first time since 1971. That's pretty impressive. It sets them up. They'll be the #1 seed in the Class 2 district, and they could be alive for quite a few games come late into November. So we'll see how that plays out. But they're a team that's very good on offensively and been very good defensively all season, and could be a handful for pretty much anybody they face. Another team that's going to be a handful in the postseason is the #1 ranked team in Class 2A in Illinois, and that's Quincy Notre Dame. And Coach Jack Cornell is going to join us next on the United Systems hotline. So stick around for more Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Motor vehicle accidents are traumatic situations, and oftentimes they can result in very significant and permanent injuries. In Steve and Paula's case, they were hit by a drunk driver on the bridge. They realized very quickly that it was a significant accident and that they deserved to be reasonably compensated. Now, having worked for the insurance companies for several years, I know how to best present your case. If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, call McCleary Law.
From your trash to your recycling, you're doing your part. You can trust us to do ours. We're a team of people working hard for you, turning problems into solutions and waste into possibilities. We're Republic Services. We haul it, we recycle it, we convert it, we even electrify it. We work where you work. We live where you live. We are Republic Services.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, and we're going to head back to the United Systems Hotline because we got a coach ready to join us to talk about his team's 8-game win streak and the way that his team is rolling into the playoffs, and that's Quincy Notre Dame coach Jack Cornell. Coach, how are you?
Matt, I'm great, my man. We're right on a bus back to Quincy, the CSA champs this year, first year in the league, and just couldn't be more proud of our guys.
How about that? Not only do you roll through and go 5-0 in division play, you win your 2 crossover games, only undefeated Central State 8 team in the entire league. Pretty impressive.
I mean, I tell you what, I give all the credit to these players and our coaches. I mean, just the way that these guys come to work every day and the way they believe in our process and the way they just, go about their business. It's a lot of fun to be part of. And, I think the exciting thing is we're just kind of gearing up, I think we got our best football in front of us, and, we're sitting in a good spot.
What's it like for you and your coaching staff to be around kids that are that locked in and have that much belief in each other that they can go out and accomplish anything?
It's the time of our lives, man. It's just a blessing to be around guys that just believe in each other and push each other, aren't afraid to push each other. And, the best teams that I've ever been around in my entire football life are player-driven teams. And every team that I've been a part of where we won the last game of the year, is led by guys that are very talented football players and guys that just go about their business every day the way a professional should. And we got guys like that all over this place.
28-7 victory over Decatur MacArthur tonight. What did you like about your team's performance tonight?
I thought we ran the ball really well tonight on offense. I think we had a plan coming in. We wanted to run between the tackles and just be a downhill, running football team. And I thought we were able to do a good job of getting that going. We had some explosive plays that really made a big difference for us. MacArthur had some really good athletes. So, tip of the cap to them. And what they're able to do is they certainly made us earn it. And at times it was challenging to bring their guys down. But I thought in the end we were able to corral their playmakers and, hold them, get off the field when we were on defense when we needed to stop them.
Playing athletically gifted and tough teams throughout the regular season has to have you prepared for the playoffs, doesn't it?
I think so. That's, one of the benefits of being in this new conference was that we knew we were going to be challenged week in and week out. And that, for us to eventually punch our ticket to the postseason, whatever class we were going to be in, we were going to be ready to go when it came time for that. So now that time has arrived and we're going to see what our fate holds tomorrow and come back on Monday ready for the big dance.
You find out tomorrow night when the playoff pairings get released, but you go immediately to work, don't you, of prepping to get your guys ready come Monday, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm watching this game tape right now on the bus ride back, and we're going to obviously cut things up on Monday and try to make our corrections from tonight. And whenever we find out tomorrow who we're going to be playing, we'll jump right into that film and start game planning and, just keep this thing rolling. I think that, when we are winning the way that we are, it makes all this work even more fun and even more worthwhile. And our guys appreciate it and they get a lot from it. So, it's business as usual. We're just going to carry this thing on.
Yeah, I know most teams get together on playoff pairing night to watch the show. Will you guys do that tomorrow night?
We will be. We're going to have a little get together at the tailgate house across the street from QND over and the families and find out what's in store. And but of course, whenever we figure that out, I'll be heading back across the street to QND and getting right to work on whoever this opponent's going to be and just seeing where this journey is going to take us.
Well, we're looking forward to covering the journey, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow night once we know who you're playing.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Thanks, Matt. Go Raiders.
Hey, thanks, Coach. That was Quincy Notre Dame coach Jack Cornell joining us on the United Systems Hotline. The Raiders are 8-1, number one ranked team in Class 2A in the latest Associated Press state poll. They will find out tomorrow night what their postseason path looks like. I've seen predictions. I've seen changes to those predictions. I've seen updates. But I'm starting to think that they're going to end up being the number 3 seed in the South bracket in Class 2A based on their record, based on their playoff points. And I think they're going to be in a good spot to make a run. They will start at home. They will get a first-round home game, so you can count on them playing at Advanced Physical Therapy Field next Friday or Saturday, more than likely Saturday. Most of the playoff games will get played on Saturdays moving forward. You'll have a few Friday night games. But again, that comes down to travel distance and those sort of things. And the IHSA will be releasing its entire playoff brackets, the 256 teams that qualify, and all the pairings tomorrow night when they go live at 8 o'clock for their playoff pairing show. And we will bring you complete coverage of that at muddyriversports.com, so make sure you check that out. We thank Coach Cornell and the other coaches that joined us on the United Systems Hotline here in hour number 1. And don't forget, all your Q&D coverage on Muddy Night Lights is brought to you by First Bankers Trust. They provide you with all of the QHS and Q&D updates. So we thank them for helping us spread the word on what's going on the prep football scene here in Quincy and locally throughout our area. When we come back, we're going to get back to the Schottenkirk Toyota scoreboard. We're going to break down what's going on here in Week 9. We got a couple more guests joining us on the United Systems Hotline. And we'll break down as we continue to move forward on this episode of Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Simply free checking with First Bankers Trust. No monthly fees and easy digital banking. Plus, show your school spirit with a Quincy Notre Dame Raiders Spirit card. Get yours today and proudly support the QNT Raiders all season long. Go Raiders!
Safety for your home, security for your family, communication for your business. Rely on locally owned United Systems to keep you connected. Contact us today for more information. United Systems.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
My name is Jamie Kincaid, and we own Sterling Tax Service. I am a retired fireman. We came to Edwards Group originally to figure out where we were with our estate. For us, it was peace of mind that our daughter wouldn't have to try and figure out what was going on, because it would be impossible for her. It's an easy process. You get off the fence and do it, because you will appreciate it later.
Call Edwards Group today to schedule your path to peace of mind.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Safety for your home, security for your family, communication for your business. Rely on locally owned United Systems to keep you connected. Contact us today for more information. United Systems.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, coming to you live from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. And it's week 9, it's in the books. Playoff time is near. That's right, next weekend we will be talking playoffs. We'll be covering playoff games on the Illinois side. We'll be covering district games on the Missouri side. It's November. Next Friday night is November 1st. We will have November football, and it's going to be a blast. Really looking forward to it. Saturday night, 8 o'clock is when the IHSA will release its playoff pairings. They could do it via a live show. We will have all those brackets updated at muddyriversports.com, so you can make sure to check them out there. We will have reaction from the 6 area coaches that get into the Illinois playoffs on what their draws look like. So we will make sure to touch base with them tomorrow night and bring you complete coverage of that. And then we've got a lot going on. There's plenty going on postseason-wise. The volleyball postseason starts next week. We've got cross-country regionals tomorrow. So there's a lot happening. We just had tennis, just wrapped up the state tennis tournament this week with representatives from Quincy Notre Dame and Quincy High School at the state tennis tournament. If you haven't had a chance, check out muddyriversports.com for a story on Quincy Notre Dame's Caitlin Brown. Tremendous outlook on life, tremendous resolve, tremendous interview with her, and can't thank her enough for allowing me to tell her story, but sharing her story, because it's pretty powerful. So make sure you go check that out if you get the opportunity. Once again, also remember that Muddy Night Lights will be archived, so that if you don't get the chance to check us out tonight live, you can check us out online at muddyriversports.com, muddyriver.tv, on YouTube. In the days and weeks to come, we archive all of our shows to make sure you can check out what is happening. But right now, we want to break down what has taken place in Week 9 and what it means. So let's go to the Week 9 scoreboard presented by Schottenkirk Toyota. Quincy High School caps a 9-0 perfect regular season with a 42-31 victory over Capital City High School in Jefferson City, Missouri. The Blue Devils back-to-back 9-0 regular seasons. That is now 20 consecutive regular season victories. And again, every game this season, they've scored 40 or more points. They have been an absolute offensive juggernaut. Jarius Rice Jr., 5 touchdowns tonight, including a 98-yard kickoff return, and a game that was really back and forth for quite a while before Quincy High School gained a little bit of separation. The Blue Devils will be in the Class 7A bracket, last I checked. I don't think that's changing, and they could very well be the number 1 seed in that bracket. Again, seeds are not based on state rankings. Seeds are based on records and playoff points. So the 9-0 teams are at the top of the bracket. The 5-4 teams are at the bottom of the bracket. So even a team that some people may look at 7-2 and think they're a better team because they played a better schedule, doesn't matter. When it comes to the IHSA, when it comes to the playoff brackets, 9-0s go up top, followed by the 8-1s, 7-2s, 6-3s, 5-4s. That's how it works. And at 9-0, Quincy High School could very well be the number 1 seed in the 32-team Class 7A bracket. Quincy Notre Dame wins its 8th straight game with a 28-7 victory at Decatur MacArthur. The Raiders, the only team to win all 7 Central State 8 Conference games this season. That includes 5 division games. They were in the West Division. And then 2 crossover games to end the regular season. So they are the Central State 8 Conference champs in their very first season in the league. Pretty impressive. The Raiders will be in Class 2A in the postseason. They are the number 1 ranked team in the Associated Press state poll going into this week. But they're probably going to be a 3 seed based on being 8-1. So look for them to be a 3 seed in the South bracket in Class 2A. Hannibal heads into the Class 4 districts in Missouri after a 20-17 victory over Fort Zumwalt West. Waylon Anders, 3 rushing touchdowns for the Pirates. Camp Point Central, the defending Class 1A state champion, beats Winchester West Central 40-8. The Panthers, I think, are going to be a number 2 seed, sitting at 8-1. Probably going to be a number 2 seed in that South bracket in Class 1A. Brown County will also be in that South bracket, will not have as high a seed, but they punched their ticket to the playoffs with a 34-14 victory tonight over Pleasant Hill. Unity Payson finishes its season with a 44-22 victory over North Green. Macomb in Class 4A finishes 7-2 in the regular season, following a 42-0 victory over Havana. That probably will get the Bombers a first-round home playoff game. We'll see what happens there. Bureau Valley beats West Hancock 47-34. Pittsfield ends its regular season with a 4-5 record after beating Petersburg Porta 34-26 in overtime. Illini West, in a Thursday night game, beat Tuscola 12-7. That gave the Chargers 6 consecutive victories and guaranteed them a spot in the Class 2A bracket. I think they're going to be in the northern bracket from the last projections I saw. South Shelby, we talked to Adam Gunnerman, the Cardinals coach, in hour number 1. Cardinals beat Palmyra 44-0, finished the regular season 8-1, and as co-champs of the Clarence Cannon Conference to go along with their championship in the CCC last year. First time they've been back-to-back CCC champions since 1971. Pretty impressive. Monroe City beats Macon 44-9. Clark County over Highland 40-16. Bowling Green over Mark Twain 64-12. There's your Week 9 scoreboard presented by Schottenkirk Toyota. Again, the playoff pairings will be released in Illinois on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. The district pairings will be released by the Missouri State High School Activities Association. The district teams are already set. The brackets are what we're looking to see. I'm pretty sure South Shelby will be the number 1 team in its Class 2 district. I think Monroe City will end up being the number 2 seed in that district. And then Hannibal in Class 4, I think will be the number 2 seed. I have to double check on that. Kirksville is going to be the number 1 seed. But I think Hannibal's got a shot at the number 2 seed. So we'll see how that plays out with the Missouri State High School Activities Association. when they release everything. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Quincy High School coach Rick Little is going to join us on the United Systems Hotline to break down the Blue Devils' 9-0 perfect regular season. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm & Home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you watching this video. Did you know this weekend at your local Farm & Home Supply, there's a bucket sale that literally sells itself? Yes, I'm telling you to come by me for only $3.99. You can get 15% off anything I can carry. Whether that's clothes and shoes, tools and pet food, or snacks and drinks, maybe something for hunting season. I mean, look at me. I'm so versatile, so spacious. This bucket sale's only this weekend. Stop by before this sale kicks the bucket.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. Which is good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
The Smart Start Transfer Career Academy lets you get your associate's degree early, starting in high school.
I graduated my associate's degree on Friday, 2 days before I graduated high school on Sunday.
It allowed me to get way, way ahead.
Having my prerequisites done is going to help me a lot, as I will get to start a year earlier than I would have without it.
It's really easy to make good connections with people that actually care about you. They helped me plan things out in a way that I definitely wouldn't have been able to do on my own. It made it really easy for me.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm & Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman. Week 9 is in the books. The playoffs are next. And the guy we're going to be joined by on the United Systems Hotline has his team in the playoffs once again and undefeated in the regular season once again. And that's Quincy High School coach Rick Little. Coach, how are you?
Hey, doing great. Yeah, what you're saying sounds like music to my ears. That's a great accomplishment. I'm certainly proud of our team, our coaches involved. To go 9-0 and to be headed in the postseason and have another conference championship. It's extremely proud to be part of it.
Back-to-back 9-0 seasons, and it's never easy. And tonight wasn't easy. Capital City challenged you tonight, didn't they?
They certainly did. And really, you're frustrated at times, but it's also like it's exactly what we needed. Like this was a great opportunity for us, to go on the road, a team we're not familiar with. Obviously they played our league or a split back beer team or anybody that just like prides themselves on getting off the ball. Like it's really tough to simulate in practice, and so seems really simple. Like, hey, this is what they do. Here's what they run. But man, it's tough to simulate. Our guys do a really good job of doing their best to get us ready. And but yeah, I mean, I felt like it hit different. We kind of told them that it would, but the game they went on some long drives and kind of held the ball and kept our defense on the field a long time. But throughout the game, it was wild, to be honest. But I was proud to see our defense really bow their neck when they needed to and do a great job of just showing great resolve all night.
Well, and I think that's the thing that jumped out at me watching the game was you guys you made some mistakes. Things didn't go your way. Some bounces maybe didn't go your way, but they remained resilient and they tried to come back and make a play the next time. They didn't wallow in, oh, that went against us. They kept playing, didn't they?
Did, and really the whole team. It was one of those things on every facet. The thing that, like I said, I'm not complaining. We haven't trailed all year. And throughout the even kind of the course of the year, I'm like, gosh, feels weird. It feels like that's not how football is played. Typically it's back and forth and you battle, you hang in there, you find a way. We hadn't really had to do that all year, so it certainly wasn't by design. It wasn't like we went up there and said, let's do this and see if they can come back. Capital City, everything they got, and our guys, though, like I said, in all facets, I thought just did a good job of hanging in there and showing, like I said, showing great resolve and just working to get the win.
I know we've known this, and I think we've seen enough of it. Enough people have seen enough of it. But tonight, Jarius Rice Jr. showed how special he is.
Yeah, and in those games, just talking about our defense, but talking about the city's defense, like they did a good job getting the pass rush and doing a good job of playing man-to-man defense and really doing a good job of keeping our receivers in check. I mean, they still did a good job of getting, at the end of the day, the stat line looks okay. The difference maker, if you got to be able to run the football. Like in those big games, you got to be able to run the football. And I thought our offensive line did a good job, and certainly, Jay, obviously did as well. So, yeah, I mean, we got special players, and they all work well together. And obviously, there's 2 seasons of data to show that, at least that these guys know how to win.
Now the focus shifts to the postseason. How do you change your approach at all now that you're going into the postseason?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's things that we have to work on, and there's things that definitely when you continue to play football and play games, you start to see that you need to continue to improve upon. But the thing that, like I said, there's no way to create adversity, intentionally. No coach would want to do that. But I thought our guys dealt with it tonight. And had to battle, claw, scratch, and fight, and sometimes find, I don't say different ways, but certainly some teams try to take things away and they still can't. I thought Capital City never completely took things away from us, but certainly they made it more difficult than other teams have had in the past. So yeah, it was really awesome to see our guys just find ways and just never give in.
Okay, so our typical talk on Friday nights. How was the pizza tonight?
So this is a complicated question. It should be an easy one, but I'm gonna set it up here. So pizza was from Maine West. Hey, bring them. Maine West is from Maine West. But the Capital City has a great it's a great venue that they have, right? So the way it's built though is like the locker rooms are kind of up this big steep hill. So a lot of the coaches were down there. Brigham and some of the crew got us to sample the pizza, but where I was at, I never got a chance to actually sample the pizza. It just didn't work out, like where they delivered to where I would have to walk up to. But after talking to Brigham, he said it did not disappoint. He gave it a strong ranking of, I believe, 7.2. Okay. And was very pleased, and as well as some of the other coaches with the pizza. So I don't know if you ever ate that.
I have not.
But the guys were certainly happy with it.
As the head coach, though, even if it's not delivered to where you're in the vicinity, shouldn't your assistants bring you a piece?
Yeah. I thought that too. But like I get in these weird moods right before games, where sometimes it's like nothing else matters. And as much as it pains me to say that, even sometimes the pizza challenge doesn't matter. So that's kind of where I was at. I think heads up to them to kind of recognizing that too, but also heads up to them to following through and, getting that done.
You guys, the Playoff Parents show is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Will you get the guys together to watch it as a team?
Yeah, we will. That's something that we have done, for a lot of years, and getting together. And it's a great opportunity to, just kind of let our hair down a little bit. And whenever, we're in the facility, it seems like we're always just, it's just business. It's business. It's always, business. So it's kind of fun to, this is what it's all about, right? You want to celebrate their successes, and we want to, obviously dream the big dream with them and see what happens with that. So, we'll definitely take time to enjoy each other's company and to kind of find out what's happening.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to join us. Good luck finding out what happens tomorrow night, and I'll be in touch, and we look forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just a fun time for sure. And like I said, super proud of these guys because tonight wasn't easy, but they found a way, and, again, I'm proud of them.
Awesome, man. Be safe on the way home.
Hey, thanks so much.
That was Quincy High School coach Rick Little joining us on the United Systems Hotline. All Quincy High School updates brought to you by First Bankers Trust. They bring you the Quincy High and Quincy Notre Dame highlights during Muddy Night Lights. So we thank them for their sponsorship and for all of our sponsors for helping us bring this to you, because it's been a fun regular season. We will do a postseason show. And then we'll see what happens as the playoffs roll on. We'll see how many teams we have left each week. Who knows? Maybe we do a short update. Maybe we do 30 minutes instead of 2 hours. Who knows what'll happen? But we want to make sure we keep you updated throughout as the playoffs near, and we're into November football, which is always a lot of fun. We're going to hit the United Systems Hotline one more time when we come back. So make sure you stick with us. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm.
Simply free checking with First Bankers Trust. No monthly fees and easy digital banking. Plus, show your school spirit with a Blue Devil Spirit card. Get yours today and proudly support the Blue Devils all season long. Go Blue Devils!
Business telephone systems. Enhance productivity. Fire alarms. Increase your safety. Surveillance and security ensures your peace of mind. Experience, technology, service. United Systems.
Hey, Abe. Hey, George. You know what? We love beer!
This election year, be sure to make the correct decision and vote jerseys. Over the last 4 years, we have helped put more money back in your pocket with our daily drink specials and incredible food deals. We have also made steaks great again with our partnership with GJY Beef Company. So when you are making your next dinner decision, make it Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, Illinois.
For 125 years, Hollister Whitney has designed and manufactured solutions for the vertical transportation industry right here in Quincy, Illinois. Now you have the chance to be a vital part of this quality-driven, family-oriented team. We have salaried and hourly positions available, both with excellent benefits and very competitive wages. Cutting-edge technology, a dynamic, engaging, and flexible work environment, the opportunity to achieve your full potential. Elevate your career to the next level at Hollister Whitney.
My name is Jamie Kincaid, and we own Sterling Tax Service. I am a retired fireman. We came to Edwards Group originally to figure out where we were with our estate. For us, it was peace of mind that our daughter wouldn't have to try and figure out what was going on, because it would be impossible for her. It's an easy process. You get off the fence and do it, because you will appreciate it later.
Call Edwards Group today to schedule your path to peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. we want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cookson Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Business moves at the speed of light. How can you keep pace with today's technological advancements in alarms, surveillance, and phone systems? 2 words: United Systems. Contact us today for your no-obligation business review.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. And we are going to head back to the United Systems hotline to talk to a coach who knows all about the playoffs, because his team's the defending Class 1A state champion, and that's Camp Point Central's Brad Dixon. Coach, how are you?
Oh, doing well. Shuck obviously played a good team tonight in West Central at 6-2 at their place, a good tune-up for the playoffs, and we were able to get up 40-0 in the fourth quarter, and so kids are playing pretty well here down the stretch.
Well, and it's you guys always do that. You always find a way to no matter where you are early in the season, you kind of hit your groove later in the season, especially when you got some of your younger guys who figure it out. And I think that's what's been the key to this team, is some of your younger guys have figured it out, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to be a senior-led team, and so when we do that, we have 12 or 13 seniors each year, and they graduate. A lot of the beginning of the year is trying to figure out where the pieces need to go, and having juniors step up, and obviously this year we got a couple freshmen stepping up and playing, and so we started the year with Elijah at fullback, obviously, because he's the returning one of the best players in the state, and
right.
We made the move to him at quarterback, I think, in week 3, and then knee camp from the offensive line to fullback. And, so just trying to work through those things. And I think we're kind of really finding our groove, like I said, being able to throw the ball a little bit, and we're in a good spot.
40-8 victory tonight over Winchester West Central. What did you like about the way they played tonight?
Yeah, Winchester's a good team, physical team always. A really good run team coming in. I think they ran for over almost 700 yards the last 2 weeks. We held them to, I think, 50 yards on 30 carries, I think, tonight. And then offensively, we were able to run it right at them. They loaded the box, and we were able to take care of business that way, and did a good job on special teams. And like I said, we kind of put it all together, and we've really been able to do that the last few weeks. I kind of like this schedule where we ended with these teams that are in the playoffs. Carrollton last week, obviously, right. and played Routt, Brown County, all in the last half of our season, and that's been good to get us ready.
Well, it gets you tested, and it lets you know kind of where you stand going into the playoffs, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the WIBC is going to get 7 teams in the South this year of 1A, and I don't think there's too many conferences in the state that can say they get 7 teams out of their league. And Unity just missing out at 4 and 5, or we could have potentially had 8 this year. So, it's going to be fun to hopefully in rounds 1 we can get away from each other a little bit and see how we stack up with the rest of the state. Obviously, it's pretty inevitable after that as you advance. And, hopefully WIBC teams advance. You're going to see them in rounds 2 and 3. But it's an exciting time of year. We've got a couple potential opponents that maybe we haven't played or we have, but it's been a while. So, that's the fun of it. Told the guys to wake up tomorrow, though, and enjoy what they've done. People obviously expect us to win and question maybe sometimes why we're not 9-0, but winning's hard, and I always want our guys to understand the standard and the expectation is to make the playoffs and to make a run, but that doesn't make it any less special. And so I said, we don't know our opponent till Saturday night. Go have fun tomorrow with your buddies, do things the right way, but just enjoy it a little bit, get away from football, and we'll worry about who we play after that.
You guys have been through this before on the Saturday night playoff show and learning the pairings and all that. How do you approach it with your guys? What's Saturday night like for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I grew up obviously loving the NCAA March Madness and turning that on and seeing where, your favorite team played. So, we still get together with all of our kids We get in the auditorium, we watch it together, we eat together beforehand, and just capitalize on an opportunity to get together off the field, which, when you're playing games on Monday nights and Thursday nights and Friday nights, it's hard to get your team together in a non-competitive situation. So just to get together and hang out, so we still like doing that. And, obviously coaches are working tomorrow trying to come up with as much information as we can on potential opponents, but we let our kids kind of enjoy the day, and we'll get together tomorrow night and we'll go from there. But then we kind of hit reset a little bit with the Saturday game coming off a Friday game. We'll give our kids off not only tomorrow, but Sunday and Monday completely off. And then just come back on Tuesday with film. And so we won't be on the practice field again until Wednesday. And when you've been through 9 games and the couple physical opponents we've played the last 2 weeks,
right,
we could use the extra time to recover and just, like I said, kind of reset and get ready for a stretch run here.
I think it's time to get one of those Schottenkirk Toyota trucks out to Camp Point again for a shuck on a truck, don't you?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Anytime.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, enjoy your Saturday, and I'll be in touch and look forward to seeing what happens as we hit the playoff trail.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach. That was Camp Point Central coach Brad Dixon joining us on the United Systems hotline. The Panthers 8-1 in the regular season, roll into the postseason after a 40-8 victory over Winchester West Central. They will be, I think they're going to end up being the number 2 seed in the South bracket in Class 1A. But again, we'll find out all that tomorrow night after 8 o'clock, and we'll have a complete update for you at MuddyRiverSports.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to break down and maybe talk a little bit more about the playoffs. And we still got the Starry Star of the Night and more scoreboard from Schottenkirk Toyota to get to. So stick with us. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
I love to shop online, and one thing I'm not going to screw up is a piece of jewelry that I'm going to wear for the rest of my life.
And it's as simple as just being able to see it. Like, just being able to actually physically hold it and see it. That's different than like, oh, look, I'm on the internet. Like, that looks nice, I think.
Trying on rings and seeing different sizes and the different colors, and I just want to be able to touch and feel it and have the experience. Having the experience is going to be more important to me than just adding something to a cart and clicking buy now.
There are 3 things that she's going to get asked. How did he propose? How big's the diamond? And where did he get it?
I'm proud to tell my friends that, this is where I got my ring.
I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of a no-brainer.
From your trash to your recycling, you're doing your part. You can trust us to do ours. We're a team of people working hard for you, turning problems into solutions and waste into possibilities. We're Republic Services. We haul it, we recycle it, we convert it, we even electrify it. We work where you work. We live where you live. We are Republic Services.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
All right, I want you to stop and think for a second of something you might need for the fall. Well, whether it's warmer clothing, maybe something for the yard, or something to snack on, it's probably on sale during the Fall Dollar Day sale at your local Farm and Home Supply. In fact, it might even be under $10. Here's some of the best-selling items at $5. What about $6? Then $8. And all these for only $10. See hundreds of other Fall Dollar Day sale at your local store right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation.
or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman. It is week 9 of the prep football season. The playoffs are upon us. Next week, we'll be talking playoffs all week, getting you prepped for our 6 Illinois playoff teams and then the Missouri districts that will be kicking off next week as well. And my sidekick gets to experience Illinois football playoffs for the first time here at Muddy River. Shane Holsey, Muddy River sports writer. How's it going?
Not too shabby. Can't complain.
Thanks for joining me here in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio.
Nice cozy studio, isn't it?
It is. It's always fun to be in here on Friday night. Okay, so we've got 6 teams in our area in the playoffs. What are you most looking forward to seeing when you think of those 6 teams?
Well, obviously the 2 that come to mind are the ones that are just across town, QND, QHS. But I'm interested to see what Illini West does, having being on the torrid stretch they're on, won 6 in a row. Team I saw tonight, Brown County, 5-2 in their last 7 games. They're on a nice little run. Had a tough break against Calhoun last week against a really good Calhoun team. So all these teams in the area are poised to, I think, make some deep runs in the postseason.
I think so too, and it's going to be interesting. We know we're going to have 3 teams with home playoff games. I think we're going to have a 4th with Macomb, and then I think Brown County and Illini West will both be on the road. With that said, though, I think Brown County is a dangerous team.
They're dangerous. Their 5-4 record is deceiving. They have played an absolutely brutal schedule and have been in just about every single one of those games. And the way they can chew up the clock and the way they play defense, it's going to be tough. They're at the very least, going to be in a 1-score game in the 4th quarter against just about no matter who they're playing.
Agreed. And I think the fact is that young team has grown throughout the season to where, and you saw Brown County tonight against Pleasant Hill. You can read all about it at muddyriversports.com tomorrow. But I think it's a team, those guys have grown into those positions. Vince Little at quarterback, along with a Jack Sefton, and you can go up and down the line, the Hurley kid. And they've grown into those positions to where it's clicking now.
It's clicking. And something that Coach Little was talking about after the game was how his team responded to what happened last week. A lot of young teams would have let that carry over 2-3 days, even into the next game. They didn't. They got right back after it, and they knew, hey, this is essentially an elimination game tonight. It was essentially a playoff game, and you had to win it to keep your season alive, and they took care of business.
I'm real interested to see how the brackets look tomorrow, because I've looked at several projections for Class 7A with Quincy High School, and Mount Carmel will be on the opposite side of the bracket to where Quincy High School would not face them, the defending Class 7A state champion, until the state championship game.
What a game that would be.
and again, there's a lot of landmines between now and then. But if that team's not on your side of the bracket, it gives you a little bit of hope.
It does, and you know these are teenage kids. You know they're looking at that. Not that they let it creep into their mind, but they know where they're at, and they look at they don't look too far ahead, but they say, hey, we beat this team. Oh, we'll get this team. You know, naturally human beings do that.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting on the Missouri side. I think the best team that we have in our area that has a chance of going deep into the playoffs is South Shelby.
Yes, I would tend to agree with that.
I don't think Hannibal's been consistent enough. Plus, they have Kirksville in their district.
Yeah, that's tough.
Which would be tough. But South Shelby's going to be the number 1 seed in its district. Has beaten everybody in its district that it's played, and they're so versatile. And to me, that's the thing. They're good defensively, but they're so versatile offensively that it's going to be tough for teams to stop them.
And they don't beat themselves. You're going to have to go beat them. They're not going to just hand you a win. You're going to have to go beat them.
Right. On top of that, we've got volleyball postseason starting next week. We've got cross country postseason going on. We got a lot going on, and basketball's right around the corner.
We got softball on the Missouri side.
That's
too.
right. Highland plays in the state quarterfinals on Saturday. Are you ready to work?
I'm ready.
You better be. I know I want to let you get back to work. I know you got stuff to write and stuff and photos to edit, but appreciate you taking a couple minutes to break down the playoffs with us, and we'll have more to talk about next week.
Of course.
That's Muddy River sports writer Shane Holsey. He was at the Brown County game tonight, 34-14 victory over Pleasant Hill. You can read more about that at muddyriversports.com on Saturday. And when I come back, we're going to break down the Starry Star of the Night. And I think we got a pretty good candidate for it tonight. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm & Home.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships? It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. Number one vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Muddy Night Lights is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
The Smart Start Transfer Career Academy lets you get your associate's degree early, starting in high school.
I graduated my associate's degree on Friday, 2 days before I graduated high school on Sunday.
It allowed me to get way, way ahead.
Having my prerequisites done is going to help me a lot, as I will get to start a year earlier than I would have without it.
It's really easy to make good connections with people that actually care about you. They helped me plan things out in a way that I definitely wouldn't have been able to do on my own. It made it really easy for me.
I love to shop online, and one thing I'm not going to screw up is a piece of jewelry that I'm going to wear for the rest of my life.
And it's as simple as just being able to see it. Like, just being able to actually physically hold it and see it, that's different than like, oh, look, I'm on the internet. Like, that looks nice, I think.
Trying on rings and seeing different sizes and the different colors, and I just want to be able to touch and feel it and have the experience. Having the experience is going to be more important to me than just adding something to a cart and clicking buy now.
There are 3 things that she's going to get asked. How did he propose? How big's the diamond? And where did he get it?
I'm proud to tell my friends that, this is where I got my ring.
I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of a no-brainer.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm & Home Supply. We're at that stage of the show where it's time to bang out the Starry Star of the Night, presented by Refreshment Services Pepsi. It's been a great thing Refreshment Services Pepsi has done for our local athletes throughout the area, always giving back to our local communities. And sponsoring the Starry Star of the Night has been a big hit, and we've had a lot of great performances throughout the season. And our Week 9 Starry Star of the Night had one heck of a night. We're talking over 130 yards rushing, over 130 yards receiving, a 2-yard touchdown run, a 6-yard touchdown run, a 25-yard touchdown run, a 58-yard touchdown reception, and a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That's one heck of a night. Jarius Rice Jr. from Quincy High School, senior running back. You are our starry star of the night. That was one heck of a performance in the Blue Devils' 42-31 victory over Capital City in Jefferson City, Missouri tonight. It helped the Blue Devils cap a 9-0 perfect regular season, win their 20th consecutive regular season game, and likely will be the number 1 seed in the Class 7A bracket when the playoff pairings are released Saturday night. And he's been really good all year. I believe he's got 29 touchdowns overall this season. He's over, let's see if I can find it real quick. I believe he's over 1,000 yards rushing. I believe, let's see here. He is, 894 yards rushing, 17 rushing touchdowns. He also has 731 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns. And then obviously the kick return for a touchdown. Quite a season, quite a night, and the best is yet to come because the postseason has arrived. So your starry star of the night, presented by Refreshment Services Pepsi, is Quincy High School running back Jarius Rice Jr. And again, it's been fun. It's been a fun season of seeing who the star of the night is. Trying to choose one highlight performance. And the cool thing is, we never had to like dig in and go, okay, man, a lot of these guys are similar. We had somebody stand out with some epic performance or an epic play or, some mind-boggling numbers every single week. That tells you how good football has been in our area. We got 6 teams in the playoffs on the Illinois side. We got teams that are going to be at the top of their districts on the Missouri side. The prep football scene has been really, really good this fall, and we're honored to have been a part of it, bringing you Muddy Night Lights powered by Farm and Home Supply every Friday night throughout the regular season. We will do a playoff show, and then we'll see from there where we go. We got to see what the brackets look like. We got to see who stays alive deep into the postseason. But we will continue to provide you the best coverage possible for our area on the prep football scene with our crew here at Muddy River Sports. With that in mind, we still got to get to the Sean Kirk Toyota scoreboard one more time. We got to make sure you're set up for next week for all that happens. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hit up the scoreboard one more time, break down week 9, and leave you with a final thought before we say goodnight here at Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional. Why go anywhere else?
Motor vehicle accidents are traumatic situations, and oftentimes they can result in very significant and permanent injuries. In Steve and Paula's case, they were hit by a drunk driver on the bridge. They realized very quickly that it was a significant accident and that they deserved to be reasonably compensated. Now, having worked for the insurance companies for several years, I know how to best present your case. If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, call McCleary Law.
From your trash to your recycling, you're doing your part. You can trust us to do ours. We're a team of people working hard for you, turning problems into solutions and waste into possibilities. We're Republic Services. We haul it, we recycle it, we convert it, we even electrify it. We work where you work. We live where you live. We are Republic Services.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Schuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. Week 9 is almost completely in the books. As we wrap up our 2-hour show and complete the regular season along with our area football teams, we want to get to the Week 9 scoreboard brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota, because we had some pretty exciting things happen here in Week 9. Kicking it off, Quincy High School over Capital City, 42-31. The Blue Devils complete a 9-0 regular season, back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, 20 consecutive regular season victories, and likely the number 1 seed in the Class 7A bracket when those pairings are released Saturday night by the Illinois High School Association. Quincy Notre Dame, the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A, according to the Associated Press State Poll, beats Decatur MacArthur 28-7. The Raiders are on an 8-game win streak, will take an 8-1 record into the postseason. They will be in Class 2A, likely probably a number 2 or 3 seed in the South bracket in Class 2A. And again, just so people understand, even though they're the number 1 ranked team in the Associated Press State Poll, rankings have nothing to do with playoff pairings. Playoff pairings are as simple as this. The 9-0 teams go at the top of the bracket. The 8-1 teams follow. 7-2s, 6-3s, 5-4s. And you take everybody that's 9-0 and they get ranked by their number of playoff points. Playoff points are accumulated by your number of opponents' wins. So every team on your schedule, the number of wins each one of those teams has gets all added up. So if you've got 4 9-0 teams, the team whose opponents had the most wins is your number 1 seed. Plain and simple. It's literally how easy that works. So there's no subjectivity to it. There's no conjecture. It is straightforward by the numbers. Here's how the brackets work. Now, there are some classes, 7A, for example, where they will seed everybody 1 through 32. Some of the smaller classes, because of geography, will split the state in half and go with a north bracket and a south bracket. So you will see teams seeded 1 through 16 in each of those 2 brackets. Still, 32 teams in each class, 256 teams overall qualify for the Illinois playoffs. Hannibal heads into district play in Missouri. And again, Missouri's different. Every team makes the playoffs because every team is part of a district to begin. It's all bracketed from there out, including once you win your district, then you go to the state quarterfinals, and everything's bracketed out from there, and you can go online and see the brackets. But Hannibal will be in Class 4. I think it will end up being a number 2 seed in its district. The Pirates beat Fort Zumwalt West 20-17. Camp Point Central, the defending Class 1A state champion, beats Winchester West Central 40-8 to finish the regular season with an 8-1 record. Brown County punches its way into the playoffs, 34-14 over Pleasant Hill. The Hornets are 5-4 and headed to the postseason. I think they'll get a pretty decent draw as a 5-4 team based on their playoff points because, man, they played a lot of good teams this season. Unity Payson finishes the regular season with a 44-22 victory over North Green. The Mustangs end up with a 4-5 record. Macomb finishes 7-2 with a 42-0 victory over Havana. The Bombers could receive a first-round home playoff game in Class 4A with a 7-2 record. Last projection I saw is they would be an 8 seed taking on a 9 seed, so that would put them at home for round 1. Bureau Valley beats West Hancock 47-34. Pittsfield, another 4-win team, beats Petersburg Porta 34-26 in overtime. Illini West, a 6-win team, started the season 0-3, rattled off 6 straight victories to close the regular season, heads into the postseason after a 12-7 victory over Tuscola in a neutral site game on Thursday night. That game was played at Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. And the Chargers are rolling. 6 in a row heading into the postseason. On the other side of the Mississippi River, South Shelby keeps rolling. 44-0 over Palmyra. The Cardinals are Clarence Canyon Conference champions, along with Monroe City and Centralia. It is the first time since 1971 the Cardinals have won back-to-back CCC championships. Pretty impressive. Monroe City with a 44-9 victory over Macon. Clark County beats Highland 40-16. Bowling Green over Mark Twain 64-12. There's your Week 9 scoreboard, brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. And again, a lot of impressive games in Week 9, a lot of impressive efforts. Jarius Rice Jr. and his 5 touchdowns and over 130 yards rushing and receiving is your Starry Star of the Night, presented by Refreshment Services Pepsi. And now it's playoff time. The IHSA will release its playoff pairings starting shortly after 8 o'clock on Saturday night. They will live stream their show. You can go to ihsa.org to check that out. We will have complete brackets, complete updates with each of our 6 teams that are in the postseason following when they find out what their draw is tomorrow night. You can visit muddyriversports.com to check all that out. And then we will have previews of all of our Illinois playoff teams starting next week. We will have coverage of all the playoff games. We'll have coverage of the Missouri districts. So a lot going on the prep football front moving into next week. Again, this is our last regular season show of Muddy Night Lights powered by Farm and Home Supply. We will have at least one more postseason show. We're working out the details on that. And then we'll be providing updates throughout the postseason in smaller forms, in smaller doses, depending on how many teams are still alive and how deep into the postseason we go. Last year, we went all the way up until the final day of the Illinois season with Camp Point Central winning a Class 1A state championship. Will we have another state champion this year? Remains to be seen. I think there's a couple teams capable of doing that. I think there's a couple teams capable of going on a deep playoff run on both sides of the river. So it's going to be interesting to see, 1, the brackets, 2, how they play out, and who gets hot. Team finds a way. I think last year a lot of people thought Camp Point Central might struggle with Belleville-Althoff. Camp Point Central was unbeatable last year. Finished the season 14-0. Do we have a 14-0 team this year? Be interesting to see. I'm not sure we do. I'm not sure we don't. So we'll see. But a lot to look forward to. And again, this weekend we've got a lot going on. The Highland softball team playing in the state quarterfinals on Saturday. We've got QND volleyball team hosting its own tournament. The Raiders beat the number 1 ranked team in the state, Breeze Mater Dei, today. They continue tournament play tomorrow. And then volleyball regionals in Class 1A through 4A all begin next week. So a lot to cover, a lot to do, a lot for us to bring you at muddyriversports.com. And we're going to try to blanket coverage everything to give you the best coverage possible. I hope you've enjoyed Week 9 of the prep football season. I hope you've enjoyed every week of the regular season. It's been a lot of fun for us to join you from here in downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi Studio to talk high school football. Can't thank all the high school coaches enough, all the ones who joined us on the United Systems hotline, the ones who joined us here in studio, all of our in-studio guests throughout the season. It has been an absolute blast to bring you this show. And who knows? Maybe there's a basketball show in the offing that we can talk prep hoops all winter. That'd be a lot of fun. But anyway, now it's time for the playoffs. Get your playoff beard growing. Get buckled in. Get ready. Because next weekend we have playoff action on both sides of the river. And we'll try to bring you every score, every update, and every highlight we possibly can. Right here at Muddy River Sports. For my crew here at Muddy River Sports, it's been a blast. We'll see you next week. This has been another episode of Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.